Hello everybody, I am Susanta, teacher in social studies. On the behalf of ODISHA Adarsh Vidyalaya Sangathan, Bhubaneswar, I welcome you all to this video series of class 10, and this is political science portion. And today we will study chapter number 8, or the last chapter of political science. 8th number chapter, it is challenges to democracy. And this chapter has been divided into two parts. This is part 1, first part. Alright, so let us start the chapter. In this chapter, we'll study or we'll discuss about only 3 key points. Alright, so first one we'll discuss about the overview of the chapter, what the chapter speaks about. Point number 2, we'll discuss about thinking about challenges. What are the challenges for democracy? Then third point we'll discuss different contexts, different challenges. It means the challenges, the problems, the hurdles, it varies place to place, situation to situation, context to context. So these 3 points only we'll discuss today. Alright, so let us go through the first one, overview. In this overview portion, there are some questions which arises in our mind while we go through this chapter. The first one, what are the challenges that democracy faces in our country and elsewhere? It means that the problems which are faced by Indian democracy as well as abroad. It means foreign countries, the countries in which democracy is available. What are the challenges? Alright. Point 2 speaks about what can be done to reform democratic politics. It means what changes may be brought in order to bring modification, in order to bring some renovation for better democracy. 3 number or third number point says that how can our democracy become more democratic in its practice and outcomes? The democracy which we have, how it can be more practical, how the democratic features it will reach to the common people at the ground level easily. See, this is the third point, it says that. So the chapter does not answer the questions. Actually, the thing what we are going to study today, or in the second part whatever we'll study, we are not going to find out the solution. Rather, we are trying to find out some of the suggestions which may be brought into consideration for betterment of democratic politics. It only makes some suggestions, as I told you, the way in which we can approach the questions of challenges and reforms. Means what are the challenges? In order to overcome the challenges, in order to defeat the challenges, we need to bring some reforms, some changes, right? So let us go through the first one, thinking about challenges. So when we talk about challenges, it is not only the problems, rather we need to overcome the same by bringing some reforms. So before understanding the types of challenges, let's understand what is the meaning of challenges to democracy. What is meant by challenge? It is a difficulty that carries within it an opportunity for progress. It means it becomes a hurdle, it becomes a constraint for progress. Once we overcome a challenge, when we overcome the challenge, we go up to higher level than before. It means the place in which we are, if we bring some changes, some modifications, then we'll grow up. Alright? A challenge is not just any problem. Really, I told you that challenge doesn't mean only problems. We have to overcome the difficulties which are significant, which can be overcome. It means the more and more changes or reforms we'll bring in the system will go upward. So different countries, definitely different countries, they have different situation, different problems, different issues. So it may vary from one country to another. Alright. So now we'll discuss about the challenges faced by the Indian democracy. Indian democracy. What are the challenges faced by our country, our nation, India? Difficulties are called challenges. Alright. So for the greater importance, that should be overcome. It means we should overcome and it should be removed from the system. Until and unless the challenges are removed, it is very difficult to get progress. All right. So we can go higher level only by overcoming the challenges. It means we can develop when we will overcome the challenges. So let us have an overall view. What are the major challenges? All right. So the number of challenges, many challenges are there, but the basic, the challenges which are faced by the Indian public or the Indian system, these are casteism. It means the caste divisions, the differences in caste, the feeling of the people, upper feeling, higher, lower. These are the lower classes people. So this discrimination, it becomes a challenge for us for development. Then communalism, it is related to religion. So the chaos, the quarrel between different religion, it becomes a problem for development also. Regionalism, locality, local feeling, we are from this area, you are from that area, so that becomes a competition, that becomes a problem for development because they fight each other. That should not be there. Then poverty. Poverty means, as you know, this is the one of the most important challenge which need to be overcome for development country, or when we go towards from developing country to a developed country, right? Then unemployment. Unemployment, definitely it says about the economic condition of any family. So until and unless the people are engaged in different works, different types of jobs, how their family will get good lifestyle or good living standard? So this we need to also focus on. Then caste discrimination, as we have just before some time caste, we have discussed caste discrimination. It should not be there in the society. It should be overcome. All should be treated equally, and all should be also behave each other in a cordial manner, for which this problem can be removed, right? Next, go to the broad category. Whatever challenges we have discussed, we will discuss the challenges into a broadly. Means basically, what are the overall problems what democracy faces? What are the challenges what democracy faces? The first challenge, it is foundational challenge. The second one, it is challenge of expansion, and the third one, challenge of deepening. So all these 3 points we will discuss separately one by one. So let us go through the first one, foundational challenge. Foundation means background, the basic. All right. So foundational challenge, it says that it is found in those countries where democracy is not there. Means other type of government is there other than democracy. That may be dictatorship, that may be military coup, that may be monarchical form of government. So in order to bring democracy, they face problem. So that becomes a challenge for them, that how they will bring democracy. Democracy is not there, they will bring into their country. That is foundational. How to overcome this challenge? Suggestion we can give: bring down non-democratic form of government. The government which existed in that country, that should be brought down. It means until and unless we overthrow the government, new government or democratic government can't be introduced. Second, keep the military away. It means the military, that should be away from the administrative system, for which it will be easier for democracy to enter into the country. Point 3, establish a sovereign and functional state. Sovereign means it is should have the capacity to decide what they want to do. And functional state, and this should be very functional, this should be very practical. The public should think, the public should act according to the need of their own country. So when the public will feel that we need democracy, then it can be done only in this way. Okay, foundational challenge. Then we will go for the second one, challenge of expansion. This is the second one. Okay. So first point, it says that basic principles of democracy, it should be applied in every area among different social groups and different institutions. It means here, this type of country, it means democracy is already there, but expand, it should be expanded, it should be reached to the people. Democracy is there, fine, but the facilities, the opportunities which need to be developed, that should continue. And for that it has been told every area that should be applied properly. Groups, different social groups, different institutions, that should be taken into consideration. And the local government should be empowered. If the local level the power will be given to them, it will be very easier for them to administer the people under which that particular area comes from. So local government it should be empowered. Federal principles should be extended. Federal principles means the different categories, the different levels of government what we have in our country, they should be empowered. They should be given autonomy to do some work, to do some function for the betterment of their locally available public, and unite of federalism. It means in this way, if the local governments, if the federal system of government, if it will be empowered to the lower levels of government, that can be implemented properly. Third point, it says that women, minorities and backwards, this section of people, they should be included in the decision making process. It means this category of people, if these people will be included in the decision making process, they will get the opportunity to represent their problems, their need, their requirement in the decision making process, for which whatever decision will be taken, it will be it will meet the need of all section of people in the society. So this is challenge of expansion, expand, to increase, to spread. All right. So the challenge of expansion, it, once again we have given a overall view here. Most democracies face this challenge. How to overcome? How can we overcome? As we have already told, the power should be given to the different regions. Regionally, the problem should be found out and the solution need to be taken. Different institutions, as we told, that different political institutions, different levels of government, that should be empowered. Then social groups, as the minority groups, as the women section of people, as the downtrodden, they should be included in the decision making process. As right, women section of people, women also, they should be included in the decision making process, for which their representation from the women community, that can be fulfilled. All right. So next we'll go to the challenge of deepening. This is the third point, the third one, challenge of deepening. So third point, it says that why is it difficult to overcome? Challenge of deepening, it says that democracy should reach to the people at the ground level, root level. Each and every people, they should get the opportunity to take the benefit of this democracy. It means people have different expectations at ground level. They have the different expectations that need to be fulfilled. Expectations vary from country to country, definitely. By keeping in view the social status of the people, the locally availability resources, the need and requirement of the people differs. So it is telling about that. Also varies from time to time, definitely. Early time, the people, they didn't get food to eat. Nowadays, the people, most of the people, they get food to eat, but other facilities like transportation, like communication, like science and technology development. So from time to time, the need of the people, the need of the public, it changes. The best way to strengthen those institutions of democracy that help people's participation and control. So how it can be removed? The challenge, deepening challenge, it can be removed, that the ground level people, the root level people, they should be focused by the locally available leaders, and they should bring the representation from their ground level, and that should be discussed in the respective assemblies in state level, as well as, if possible, that can be also discussed in the parliamentary level to solve their problem. So the challenges, or the challenge of defining, can be solved in this way. All right. So next we'll discuss about different contexts, different challenges. Here we'll have different countries. We have taken some examples that as we have already told, that the challenges, it differs from one country to another. So here we have two parts. This is part one of discussion. In the first one, we'll talk about that how the problems or the challenges differ from one country to another. Now let's see about the Mexico. Mexico, it says about that it is the second free election after the defeat of PRI in 2000. Defeated candidate allies rigging. It means it has become a challenge in Mexico. Means it is after election the political situation it changed. Then one example of China. China, it says that Communist Party adopts economic reforms but maintains monopoly over political power. So in China, the challenge is monopoly attitude. Then number three, Pakistan General Musharraf held referendum allegations of a fraud in voters list. It means again, in order to come to power, the people or the party, the community, those who take the help of dirty tricks that happens with them like this referendum. Then Iraq, widespread sectarian violence as the new government fails to establish its authority. Violence occurred due to political instability. Then South Africa, Mandela retired from active politics. Pressure on his successors to withdraw some concessions given to white minority. It means whatever facility it is was given to the minority, white minority people, that should be removed to some extent. This was a challenge in South Africa. Then USA Guantanamo Bay. So Union Secretary, United States of America, General called that a violation of international law. US refused to respond. It means here the violation of international law. The challenge in America. Then Saudi Arabia, women not allowed to take part in the public activities, no freedom of religion for minorities. It means the women section of people, they don't have the opportunity of freedom, and the minority section of people, they don't have opportunity of freedom of religion. It means whatever religion it is there, Islamic religion, or should follow strictly. These are the challenges of part 1. Let's go to next part 2. In part 2 we'll discuss some more countries. Yugoslavia, ethnic tension. Ethnic means a particular group, a particular cultural group on the basis of their own lifestyle, their dance form, their food habit, their dress habit. That becomes a Serbs and Albanians. On the rise of the province Kosovo, Yugoslavia disintegrated. So Yugoslavia, that becomes a problem for them. Then Belgium, one round of constitutional change taken place, but the Dutch speakers not satisfied. They want more autonomy. Dutch speaking people, French speaking people, as we have already discussed earlier. So in Belgium, the Dutch speakers, they were not satisfied. They wanted more autonomy. They wanted more freedom. Then let us move to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, the civil war came to an end in 2009. The process of reconciliation between different communities begins. So in Sri Lanka, it was majoritarianism, and the majority groups of people, they were getting the advantages, the privileges, but the other part, the minority group of people, they were discriminated. Then again, US civil rights problem. Blacks have own equal rights, but are still poor, less educated, and marginalized. The black people, they have got equal right, but still then they are not developed as the white people they have. It means it is the process which need to be looked after very carefully. The condition, the situation of the common people or the black people, what is the reason behind their failure, or you can say the slow process of success or progress. Then Northern Ireland, the civil war has ended, but Catholics and Protestants yet to develop trust. Civil war is over. It means internal conflict was there. It is over. But still, then the Christianity people, Catholics and Protestants, there was no full trust between them. This was a challenge in Northern Ireland. Then Nepal, the monarchy was abolished. The Constituent Assembly adopted a new constitution. Here also, monarchy, it has been abolished. It has been taken out. And Constitutional Assembly adopted a new constitution. It is not an easy to form a constitution for the country. So that became a challenge for Nepal. Then Bolivia, Morales, a supporter of water struggle, becomes Prime Minister. MNCs threatened to leave the country. It means it has again a challenge that the MNCs people, they threatened, they gave warning that you need to, the Prime Minister need to resign, or you can say that the person who has been elected, he should not be, or she should not be. Bolivia water war, we have perhaps discussed in popular struggles and movements chapter number 5 in that. So in Bolivia also there is a problem in this way. So dear viewers, this is all about today's discussion and the questions of this particular portion what we have discussed today. Super MCQ, one of my mobile application, it is available in Play Store. You will search Super MCQ, all the multiple choice questions of this portion you will get it and you will practice accordingly. Then one more application, it is there, Susanta QB means question bank. All 1 mark question, 3 mark question, 5 mark questions, it is available chapter wise. So you will go through this particular mobile application and you will practice the questions. Then one more application, it is also there, application 3, understanding concept. All the important concepts whatever we have discussed today, we will go through this mobile app. It is available in the Play Store. You will go through the concepts and along with the meaning also it is there. Okay, so these 3 applications should will be very helpful for you. You can go through the Play Store, download it and take the benefit out of it. Okay, so dear viewers, this is all about today's portion. Once again we will meet in the next portion, next video. Till that, take care, face studies. Thank you all.